Welcome back to the Pig Trail Show. We're joined by a very special guest today on the Arkansas Football Recruiting Report with Otis Kirk. We've got 2025 QB from CAC, so he's an in-state guy. Grayson Wilson, you've seen him on the show before because we've had you on once before, Grayson, so we're happy to have you back on the show. For people that don't know, you have committed to Arkansas back in April of this year, and you kind of said in plenty of interviews that you wanted to stay in state. It was so important for you to play for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Talk about why you wanted to commit to the Hogs.
Yes, ma'am. Well, it's always just been a dream of mine, being from in-state, and you always grow up wearing the Razorback jerseys and going to the Razorback games. So it's always just a dream.
Absolutely. I love to hear that. And I know Hog fans do as well. How's your season going with CAC this year? You are such a talented guy, and I know that that team looks to you as the QB there. How has it been going for you?
It's going well. We're 7-2 right now. We've lost 2 games by 4 points in total. So I mean, they've been shootouts, but our offense is doing really well. We have some great sophomore receivers, Josiah Warrior Benson and Jackson Hampton and Hudson Ritchie and Tyler Blakely. I can really get the ball out to them, and they're really fast and they make good plays.
A lot of people, Grayson, are wanting to know because Arkansas not having a 7-2 season like you guys at CAC right now is quite the opposite for the Hogs. So how is that kind of affecting you as a recruit, as a commit? Do you look at that and say, hey, they're going to get back on track in these last 4 games? Do you look at that and say, the coaches are still recruiting me, they're still contacting me, things like that? How do you take it as a commit?
Well, I believe in Coach Pittman and I believe in Coach Guyton, and I think Coach Guyton is going to make the most of his opportunity, and I think Coach Pittman is going to make the best decisions for the team, and I believe in them.
I love that. And I think Otis wants to ask you a few questions about those guys since Sam and Kenny got to see you on Friday. I just want to say, what do you see in Kenny Guyton getting to see him and talk with him on Friday? What do you see in a guy like that getting moved up to the offensive coordinator position?
I think he's really brought the energy to the team. He's a high energy guy. He's really fun to talk to, and I think the guys have really adjusted well to him, and I think that he's really communicated well with KJ and the offense, and I think we'll see a big difference.
I love that. Otis, I know you have a few questions for Grace and yourself, kind
Yeah,
of on the same lines of that Sam and Kenny conversation.
yeah, I did. Grayson, I somehow I feel, and this is me, my words, not yours, but I feel like that Kenny is going to let KJ be KJ, and I don't feel like that he's been able to do that. That KJ's been able to be himself this year. Do you feel like that's maybe the case too? That Kenny's going to kind of like KJ be KJ, and maybe up tempo and do some things that he does well.
I think yes, I think he'll let KJ call some shots sometimes, and I think that KJ's gonna just do what KJ does, and I think if I'm Coach Guyton, I'll talk to KJ, and I'm seeing what KJ likes and seeing what he feels comfortable doing. So I think that's going to be what's happening.
What did that mean to you that they took time out of their day yesterday to come and see you at the school, come and visit your school?
Oh, it was really important to me. My coaches got to meet them, and I think they liked that. And then I got to talk to Coach Guyton, and I showed him our weight room and our upgrades to our scoreboard and our like stands, and it was really good just getting to talk to him and then talk about some things non-football related and just grow a better relationship with him.
He was quarterback at Ohio State. Everybody forgets that. He's a pretty good quarterback himself. Do you, as a quarterback, do you like the faster tempo offense? I think I know the answer to this, but I mean, do you like the faster tempo offense?
Yes, sir, I do. We run a fast tempo offense here at CAC. We try and snap the ball every 12 to 15 seconds, so it's really rapid fire, and it really helps us.
I knew you were going to say that, but I mean, it just feels like that to me keeps the defense. It puts pressure. It puts more pressure on the defense than if you take a long time between plays and give them time to refocus and get set up and everything. I just feel like the tempo offense. And do you think Coach Guyton will run some more of that than what they've been running?
Well, I've talked to him, and you'll see. And he said I'm not supposed to say, but I
Okay.
do. Whenever you practice fast, you're gonna play fast, and when the defense doesn't know what's coming, and you're on the same page with your guys, you can really put a dent in the defense and have a good explosive offense.
That's music to my ears too. I love that kind of. But no, I just I I just look out here and I see the the last quarter of the Alabama game where Arkansas got back into the game, and that's when they went to tempo. And guys like Isaiah Satina is a little shifty. I know you're very familiar with him, a little shifty receiver that's got a lot of speed and quickness. And then you've got the big guys like Broden and Armstrong, and they can catch the jump balls and stuff. I just feel like that I think they've got the talent to do that up there. You've seen the games. What do you think?
I think yes. I think that's KJ's strong suit is just doing what he does and playing fast with the tempo. Yeah.
Uh, their seasons in a way has been like not like yours. You're 2-7, they're 2-6. I mean, you're 7-2 and they're 2-6. But I mean, you said you've lost 2 games by 4 points. I mean, all their losses except for the A&M game, which was 12 points, which is not really a blowout, but the rest of the games have been 7 or 3 points. So I mean, they've had close losses too. It's not like they're just getting blown out. So, how do you think they can do in these final 4 games? They got 1 road game and then 3 at home.
Well, I think they'll definitely step it up. And I think that's just the thing about football is the scoreboard doesn't always show how you played, and you can lose. And your record, if you lose every game by 1 point and you're 0-8, then people are going to think you're terrible, when in reality, you could be a pretty good football team.
Yeah, break here and break there. They could be 6-2 or something, 5-3, whatever. It's just been one thing or another. Just for as your team, for someone that hasn't seen you play, and I know, and by the way, I've seen him play baseball too, and he's pretty dang good on the diamond. I know he's good on the hard court. I've not seen basketball. I've seen video that your dad sent me, but I've seen him live in baseball. But what do you on the football field? What are your strengths, Grayson? What do you do well?
Well, I'm dual threat, so I can run, and I really have good relation with my receivers, and I feel like I'll lead them, and I'm on the same page with them. So it's really easy whenever you and your receivers are on the same page, and you can just throw it before they're even turned around. So my accuracy, I think, is a big trait of mine, and then my ability to run.
You so people, it's easy to get down on say I'm being they're 2-6 and stuff, but the guy's a very good recruiter. Talk about his building relationship with recruits and how comfortable. When you talk to Sam, how comfortable are you?
Oh, well, he's a hugger. He likes to hug, and that's just a big. My family really loves him, and we love going up there, and we love that he was able to come to CAC and see what we had to offer. And he's just a really personable guy.
Looks like the recruiting is they're hanging on so far. I mean, nobody is publicly decommitted or anything, and it's so far they're holding on to recruits. I mean, that's kind of a reflection of the coaching staff, though, the hard work and and not just the hard work, but the relationships they built with these kids too, such as yourself, and not just you, but the other kids too. The relationships they built with them, don't you think so?
Yes, sir. I think that really shows for how they've treated people and how people feel at home whenever they come up to Arkansas.
Will you be at the last 3 home games, or probably?
I plan on going. I think I have a choir concert of one of the days, so that may interfere, but I'll let you know.
Yeah, no, I just enjoy. Just have, like I always say, man, safe travels, you and your great family and everything. And we had Tevis on here recently, and we had a Kane, and we've had a lot of good kids on here recently. And I sure appreciate you coming on, Grayson. It really means a lot, man. Like I said, you and Kane and Charlie Collins are the ones that's been on here twice, and certainly appreciate you guys a whole lot, man. I really do.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Grayson, did I hear that you might have a choir concert? Do you sing as well?
I'm in the choir. I mean, I play the guitar, and so I sing. I'm not a solo singer. I'll sing in the choir, but yeah, that's what I do.
That's awesome. Do you like to do anything besides play guitar? Like, anything outside of football?
I play the piano as well, and then I go fishing.
That's awesome. That is, I had no idea. When we're finding out stuff on the show, Otis, I had no idea about Grayson.
Is there anything you can't do, Grayson? I mean, come on, man. I mean, I've got one skill, and that's breathe, and that's it. This guy's talking about playing the guitar and piano and singing and everything.
Hey, there is something to be said about, when quarterbacks have musical talent, it does translate onto the field. I feel like you're using that side of your brain, right? It's like you're clicking on all cylinders. It's good that you do that as well. Grayson, when you say you're a dual threat quarterback, you've got to have some quarterbacks that you look up to, maybe in the NFL, college, maybe even look up to KJ Jefferson. Is there someone you model your game after, or a couple of guys that you look at and you say, that's who I kind of want to be like?
Well, I like Josh Allen. I have a Bills jersey. I have a Josh Allen jersey, and I think his ability to run and him just not able to go down, which is kind of like KJ, and then his big arm. And I look up to KJ and Josh Allen. Yeah.
That's awesome. I was going to say college-wise, it's got to be like KJ. I mean, you got to look at what he's doing at the collegiate level and go, man, I'd love to do that for Arkansas as well, right?
Yes.
I love that. I love that so much. Grayson, you talk a little bit about, with Otis there, your game and what you want. Where do you feel like you can help this Arkansas team? Where do you feel like your talents will help them in the future?
Well, I feel like I bring a good arm to the team, and I feel like I can, if we get some good receivers and some good O linemen, we can really have a good passing offense.
I think that a lot of people like to hear that too, right, Otis? A passing offense, a good one there, and a quarterback who can run on his feet. I think that's exactly what Arkansas likes to bring into their system. Grayson, Otis, do you have any other questions for Grayson before we let him go?
I'll ask you one real quick. When you were here at the picnic, when they had the picnic at the end of July, the kicker from Mississippi was here that day as well. I saw him talking to Coach Fountain. Did you get a chance to interact with him any?
I did. We met his family, and it was good just getting to talk to him. Yes, we did.
Number one kicker in the country in 2025 in your class is committed to Arkansas. So, yeah, that was a big pickup. I mean, special teams, Cam Little's all you need, and Max Fletcher's all you need to say to know what special teams have meant to Arkansas. Thanks, man. I was just going to ask him about the kicker, because I know they were both here that day, and so was Marcus Wimberly and some of the 25 kids.
Oh, yeah, no, it was definitely cool. And also, Grayson, you got to feel like a trendsetter a little bit because you were the first to commit in the class of 2025, right?
Yes, ma'am, I was. I've really started looking around for other guys. I've been trying to constantly get in touch with them. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like as well, you kind of made that leap. It's hard to be the first to kind of make that leap when you know there's nobody else committed. But did you kind of feel good about it because you're like, this is where I wanted to be. I'm a Maumelle kid. I want to stay in Arkansas.
I did. I felt good about it, especially being the quarterback. You can try to get guys who are going to help you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And you've been talking to those guys and you're getting them on board as well. I mean, when you have a guy like you in the class, it's got to make Sam Pittman feel good because he's like, he can bring other guys on. He can recruit other guys as well. You're helping them out a bit, right, Grayson?
Thank you. Yes.
That's all I have, Otis. Final questions? Anything else?
Oh, I'm good. I just once again thank Grayson for coming on here. Appreciate him so much. Look forward to seeing him just have a great career there. He's obviously got another year at CAC and a lot of sports, and he is very good at athlete. He's very good. Like I said, I saw him in baseball, and I know he's very good in basketball as well. And of course, football, obviously. And
apparently guitar and piano too. So we found out something new here, and he sings a little bit. So Grayson, you got everything going on for you. And we wish you the best of luck with the rest of your season. And we can't wait to see what you do with the Razorbacks as well. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. Thank y'all for having me on.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we're going to have much more Pig Trail Show coming up after the break. Stay with us.